But before we, talk about the CAF competitions, let's talk about what is happening here at home. I know you didn't get a chance to talk about it when I was looking at top stories. The story is that we're not going to have 20 teams in the top flight.
Yeah.
We're going to have 18 because 2 teams failed to meet the conditions. But I'm very sure that we have not heard the last of this. But as it stands, all matches involving Nembe City and Giwa will not be played.
That's why I'm actually scared that I hope the league management company, LMC, will not postpone the league again. We hope it will start this weekend. But of course, just like you said, we were shocked to actually hear this news that Giwa FC and Nembe City.
But I don't know.
Two individually owned
A
clubs.
lot of people will point in some directions. Some will say it's a witch hunt. Some will say, like you said now, the same sentiment that you shared. That look, these are privately owned teams. There should be some sort of concession. But you see, standards. That's another angle.
Absolutely.
A lot of people will tell you that look, if conditions are set, those conditions should be met.
Don't
But
be-
the bottom line is, I'm very sure we have not heard the last of this.
Yes, I know we have not heard the last of it, but according to the league management company, the 2 clubs didn't meet up to the
Simple.
required. What is
it
required
wasn't a
of
witch
them?
hunt.
Yes, and it wasn't a witch hunt, and decided
must start.
But it has to start. And this will actually teach some other clubs a lesson. They must always ensure to always do things right. So if you don't do it
They had
right,
a lot of time.
they had time to actually, it's all closed. The registration closed about 48 hours ago, so there was no reason for them to have failed in their registration. We just hope that the league management company led by Ndu Karaba will continue in this vein. They won't have a double.
They won't buckle.
Yeah, they won't
double
buckle.
standards.
Yeah, they won't be double standard.
Okay.
When there's need to actually penalize clubs, they should not be
Swift.
Yes,
Decisions.
they should
Okay.
very be
All right.
swift.
All right.
They just have to be very very swift in their decisions.
Okay. Let's move on from that and go to the continent now. Let's talk about our teams on the continent. We have 3 teams. A lot of people are saying 2, maybe, but we have 3. One of them in a precarious situation, and that's talking about Enyimba. So we have Bayelsa United, Warri Wolves. Both teams, slightly comfortable, but Enyimba, it's not comfortable at all. That's what you have on screen. AS Real, the Malian team from Bamako, and Enyimba. Enyimba lost the first leg at home. They lost 2-1. And Kunle, let me quickly come to you. This is the only Nigerian team left in the Champions League. Do you think that the woeful performance of Nigerian teams in the CAF Champions League will continue, or that Enyimba, because of their experience, will turn things around?
I think this is very dicey for Enyimba. If you're talking about the Enyimba of the early 2000s, you could say yes.
Enyimba of, say, 10 years ago.
Yeah, of 10 years ago, you say they are very very good away from home. But we're talking about this present Enyimba team. Remember that they had to struggle against of Togo before they could qualify to this very round. So losing at home this last was 2 weeks ago was a big this blow to their ambition. And of course, coming up in this game, I think they just have to go all out and ensure that they get a victory. It will be very sad and disheartening to see Nigerian clubs not making it to the group stage of the CAF Champions League.
The downside is that we might lose one of our slots.
We might, but I think if we continue to do well in the CAF Confederations Cup, we might not
but
lose any spot.
Most fans are scared that if this continues, we might just lose that spot. But Enyimba is a team that has experience.
Yes, they are vastly experienced. They've got quality players in their fold.
You would not want to bet against them.
Of course.
They are quite capable of turning things around. But we don't have to wait for too long. This weekend, we'll wait to see if Enyimba will be able to turn things around and make it to the money-spinning group stage of the CAF Champions League. Well, let's leave the CAF Champions League and go to the CAF Confederations Cup, where you can smile. Our teams are in a comfortable position, and all they need to do is win their games at home. That's just what they need to do. And take a look at this. Warri Wolves will take on Lyon Douala, and of course, Bayelsa United will take on FC Konzo. And we're in pretty comfortable situations in both.
Of course, I think for me, Warri Wolves versus US Douala of Cameroon, is a game that one would have said it's a settled game. But really, when you consider the antipathy that exists between Cameroon and Nigeria, you want to say anything could happen here in Nigeria. Both teams playing at any of the countries is always like a home. So I think for Douala, they actually arrived the shores of Nigeria yesterday with 25-man delegation. They're actually lodged in an hotel, and they will be departing at the shores of Lagos for Warri today. That's for later today. And going into that game, I think Warri Wolves really has what it takes to actually get past their opponent. Bayelsa United against all odds, arrived late, and few hours to the game, they got a very decent result over there. And coming to this second game, I think his goalless draw, a goalless draw is always very tricky and very dicey. So they must ensure, they must not be complacent.
Don't concede goals.
Just try and score a goal, and you'll be home and dry.
Okay, all right. Let's leave CAF competitions now and travel abroad. Let's look at the FA Cup this weekend. Will take center stage, and that's it on your screen. Kunle, easily pick of the pack. It will be Arsenal against Everton, and of course Sheffield United will take on Charlton. Hull City will take on Sunderland. Manchester City, the quest to win 4 trophies still continues. Now they take on Wigan, and another chance to deal with Wigan for what they've done to them in the past. So you look at the fixtures, Arsenal, Everton really stands out. You expect the teams in the Premier League to sail through. Manchester City, maybe. Hull City against Sunderland, could go either way. And Sheffield United, Charlton as well, could also go either way. But Arsenal, Everton tomorrow. That's the game to look out for. Yeah,
the game to look out for. The Arsene Wenger and the rest of the Arsenal players must understand that this is the only awful trophy they feel that one thing that they
their biggest chance of winning
a laurel this season.
All you need to do is win 3 matches.
And you
have a trophy.
And hope that they won't actually come up against Manchester City probably in the semi-final. When you get to the final, anything can actually happen. And again, the semi-final and the final will play at the Wembley Stadium. So it's really it's going to be very tough for Arsenal.
But how about it's always been difficult for Arsenal against Everton. When Dave Moyes was there, and even now Roberto Martinez, it's always been difficult. But on the strength of a performance like what we have on screen, even on a day they didn't fire on all cylinders and they still got the results, you think maybe they can get the result against Everton?
Yeah, they should be able to get the result against Everton. In the last 19 visits of Everton to the Emirates Stadium, they've not been able to notch up a win. So that's got to tell you that the best results they've actually been getting in the last 2 fixtures has been a draw. Okay. So the last time both teams met, they actually played out a 1-1 draw. So you want to say that Arsenal are all fired up for this, and they should be able to get a result.
Okay, well, that's what Kunle thinks, and we don't have to wait for too long. It's just this weekend, and we'll wait to see if it's just the fact that he's an Arsenal fan that's making him say what he's saying. But the biggest game to look out for in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup, surely the game between Arsenal and Everton. But yeah, we've selected some matches for you and big games across Europe. Well, in the English Premier League, teams not playing in the FA Cup continue with their quest to win the trophy. Biggest one, my own opinion, has to be Chelsea and Tottenham. Why? Because Chelsea want to consolidate their lead on the table. Tottenham still fighting for a place in the top 4.
Yeah, still fighting for a place in the top 4. Let's not forget that Tottenham has the best away record in the EPL as we speak right now. In 14 games, they won 9, they drew 2, and they lost 3. So that goes to show that they really have
a team led by Jose Mourinho.
Oh, Chelsea as well have been invisible at home. They've not lost in 74 fixtures. So it's really going to be very, very tough. In the last time, in almost 3 games, both teams played against each other. It has ended in a draw. But Tottenham has not won a game against Chelsea since 1990. That's at the Stamford Bridge. So that will actually limit against them. But records can be broken.
Records are meant to be set and broken.
Let's not forget, if Chelsea eventually wins this game, they go 7 points clear you know. And again, Liverpool are not playing. They're going to be the game of the postponed till next week. So Arsenal as well as Manchester City.
We're pressed for time. We have to move on. But let's look at the others. Valencia will take on Atletico Bilbao in the Spanish league. The other teams, Barcelona and Real Madrid, playing teams that they could easily beat. In the German Bundesliga, Wolfsburg will take on Bayern Munich. Freiburg will take on Borussia Dortmund. In the Italian Serie A, big one, Napoli will take on Roma. It's a big one in the Italian Serie A. We have some other selected fixtures for you. Juventus will take on Fiorentina. Juventus looking to wrap up the title. Will take on Fiorentina. Bastia will take on French money bags Paris Saint-Germain. And Monaco will take on Sochaux in the French league. These are some of the big games to look out for in the European League. Well, that's how we have to wrap things up on the show this morning. It's been really nice bringing this to you this lovely Friday morning. We urge you to join us later tonight when we have more time on our hands for Sports Tonight. Until then, join us next week for another edition of Sports This Morning.
Hart Lane. They have a free kick to be taken by their emerging young fullback Declan John. Moved up towards Turner, punch from Lloris. Out by Dembele, and Townsend can break at pace. 4 Spurs shirts forward. Adebayor has one of them. Emmanuel Adebayor, Soldado! How he has waited for that! Tottenham needed it, but boy did he need it! Roberto Soldado scores. There's your headline. And it was all about pace. It was pace from the corner from Cardiff. Townsend's pace. He feeds Adebayor down on the left-hand side. You thought he was maybe going to strike it here, but no. He rolls it into Soldado. And what does he do? He shows fantastic composure. A brilliant first touch. Composure to wait for it to drop and strokes it nonchalantly into the bottom corner to give Spurs the lead, but all importantly, to get himself back on the goal-scoring charts. Tottenham Hotspur's £26 million number 9.